You still need to do it retroactively.
Well,
Episode 11.
well, Nick, we're live. I can't believe this, but
What can you not believe?
well, I will say that I have a surprise for you. So I have a wait, I don't want to spill it because that would be really bad, but
Oh boy.
I have a big cup of joy for you today.
Oh, thank you.
So,
What a wonderful present.
mm, oh boy, it's very good.
What's in there?
So would you like to know what's in it?
Yes, I do.
So Rachel, what is in your mug?
Um, Unfortunately, I don't have any alcohol.
Wait, what does it
It's
say?
just
What does it
coffee.
say on the mug?
My mug is actually
Oh, it says
well, it
coffee.
says
Okay.
coffee,
So,
but then it says ice or hot, and it's got this hockey player on
oh,
Oh,
I really
wow.
like that.
it.
I
Yeah.
will say that I went to see Nick. We can't even see you. This is unbelievable.
I know
But
that's intentional. I doing that on purpose.
I
You know
will
why? Because
say
he knows my hair looks better. He doesn't even
yes,
want
that's what it
to.
is. But
That's the fakest news I've
I
ever
will
heard.
say that I went to the Total Wine store that opened up on Hall Road, and there's three locations in Michigan now. One in Ann Arbor, I think one in Novi, and then the one on Hall Road.
Wait,
But
what are we talking?
a Total Wine store. Do you
Oh,
know what they are, Rachel?
We've got lots of them.
Yeah. See, so
Yeah.
this is a new and exciting thing to Michigan, though.
Oh,
So
cool.
I went there, and at the and I'm not really an impulse buyer, but these Keurig,
that is definitely fake news. You are absolutely an
but
impulse
these
buyer. I have
Keurig,
seen it.
no, but these
I have
Keurig
seen it.
pods were at the checkout counter, and they are Mexican coffees, and so
Nice.
they have alcohol in them, and it says it's 30%, but
Do you have to show ID in order to buy them?
yes.
You
Well,
do. Okay.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right. All
because
right.
it's actually it's
All right.
liquid,
That's legit.
so it's
Yeah.
liquid and not like your normal like Keurig ground. So it's liquid and then it like drips into the Keurig. But that's what is in my cup of joy, Nick.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
Excellent.
is it really noticeable that it's alcoholic?
Yes, it's
Okay.
and I will say that two of these the other night did me in for having a nice restful evening.
Awesome.
I thought your tolerance was better than that, John, with all the
Well, I no, I
soju.
said that that's what did me in. That was after a whole bunch of other alcoholic drinks, but
Well, so here's a curiosity I have because it's coffee with alcohol.
mm,
Which overtakes what? Because the coffee is obviously a
oh,
stimulant, the alcohol is a depressant. Which one carries the weight?
okay, Nick, this is the wrong day to ask about that. But what I will say
Why is that?
is that I have one of my other favorite things right in front of me, and this is for our hash brown lovers
Oh,
in our
yes.
audience, and it's some of Angela's cheesy potatoes.
I love those.
Wow, I love this
Um,
potato reoccurrence happening on
yep,
this show.
yeah.
As long as
So,
there's no corn cheese. Well, I should
oh,
I bash corn cheese more than I should because corn cheese is good. I just don't believe that it's aligns culturally
oh
the way you
my.
claim it does.
So I
We
will
should
say,
unpack that later.
yes,
Oh,
we
you know
really
what,
should.
John? Hang on. I gotta go.
But
I have to
I
go
will
put my
say
braces back in. I forgot.
that Rachel will we will together come up with the first ever potato NFT. I am not sure what it will look like, but we'll come up with one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will say, like, what would you say if somebody said, let's see, with your purchase of a bag of Idaho potatoes, you got an NFT of something like to signify that they were true Idaho potatoes.
Well, actually, this can launch into a certain style of NFT that I can explain.
Oh, that would be great.
Because everyone knows NFTs is just like in the pop culture way as like, oh, it's like a piece of digital art, like a GIF that you can have ownership of. But
wait, is it GIF or GIF?
It depends on what ideology you like prescribe to, but the inventor says GIF, and I want to respect the inventor.
Okay. All right. Whoever developed it, if that's the pronunciation, then I'm going with that.
But there are some sociologists who are team GIF, so it just depends on like what you believe.
Sounds like hogwash.
So, you know what, Nick? I'll tell you what's not hogwash is that I received another 24 of these gingerbread cookies from Lisa.
Oh, good.
So I did not try one on the show last week because I had eaten all of them before the show, but good. I have 24 more.
Wait. Did you get 24 before or less than that?
Well, all I can say is I was gifted very kindly by Lisa another 24 of these.
So you're saying you received 24 originally, and in the last like week and a half, you've eaten 24 of those cookies?
Well, no, because I will say that I actually think that I did get more than you, Nick, because
that's fine. I
got 2 boxes because
I had the right. I received.
Box.
Oh, okay. I received the right amount. Like I think I had maybe a half dozen of those, which is good for me because I don't.
Did you receive one of these, Nick? A Michelob Ultra organic seltzer.
No, but
it's peach pear flavored.
I don't care about that. I have special seltzers in my fridge.
Well, I will say that this is a limited edition because it is
mine. Actually, I have limited edition seltzers in my fridge as well.
Well, but this one isn't in my fridge, Nick. That's the difference.
Okay.
I don't keep them for a special occasion like you.
That sounds not
for me, fun. Drinking seltzers is an everyday occurrence.
I think that's a little too much alcohol consumption. And a little
that is
too
becoming normal for some people. But
actually,
it's called alcoholism.
I absolutely don't like seltzers, but I'm drinking one tonight because I need to get rid of them because of how disgusting they were. And I would feel bad about just dumping the alcohol down the drain.
I'll take them. I'll take them, but no.
So Rachel, before Nick interrupts you again, so how about the special NFT that you're telling everyone about?
Going back, I realize the primary function of the podcast is comedy and then trolling Nick, but primarily the source of comedy being trolling Nick. So
did you say the primary source of a podcast or this podcast?
Well,
or the primary objective of this podcast.
This one, okay.
All right. This one, okay. Of course.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say not all podcasts have that objective. Some do, including this one, but not
all. Well, why would you say that, Nick?
Because that's true.
Well,
I only speak truths, John.
I don't know. I think that's a bunch of fake news. So maybe I can get you a fake news NFT.
Okay.
Yes, actually, no, these are all very possible. Okay, so I will explain this style of NFT that's not a GIF. It's actually getting to the word token, where it's like you can redeem it for an actual item. Because like the other style NFTs, which we can get into if we get that far, it's like smart contracts. Yeah.
You know what, Rachel? I don't mean to interrupt, but to keep the audience on the edge of their seats, we'll have you explain the rest of this right after the opening credits.
Oh, good.
So
finally.
Stay tuned, everyone. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
And guess what, Nick? I bet you.
Is that gelato?
Well, no, it's ice cream. Oh. You're not prepared for National Ice Cream Day, Nick.
Welcome
it looks like gelato specifically.
A podcast about math and Korean culture. For information about our podcast, please visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com.
And now here are your hosts, Professor 승찬 and Nick.
Well, Nick, what do you think of that? Wasn't that great? Like the dancing ice cream cones.
Okay. It wasn't your best. It wasn't the best intro ever,
Well,
but it wasn't bad.
I can't say that it would be when I think that you have given the AV team a let's see, quite the heckle this year.
Well,
The AV team is a little tired. The holidays are coming up, so.
well, what can I say? I mean,
Yep. But
What can
all
I
right,
say?
Rachel. So what would you say, or what would be one of the maybe most well-known examples of an NFT of the type you were talking about?
Okay, so yeah, getting into the token, which is you can actually redeem the token for an item. So it's different from cryptocurrency in the sense that, you just see it as, perceived value or currency, where it's like the token part is there's a company called Unisocks where they sell an NFT. And as soon as you redeem the token, you burn the token, but they send you a pair of socks in exchange. So like you can actually get like a physical value from the token. And because Unisocks was the first NFT of this style, just through being the first, each token for this pair of socks over $100,000. Obviously, a pair of socks in the real world isn't $100,000, but it's just a historical.
it better
value.
be some pair of socks if they're 100 grand.
Like,
Well,
they're like making
I
well,
don't
money.
even
you
know
know
what kind of attributes I expect out of $100,000
No, Nick, they were
set
probably
of socks.
No, Nick. They probably are socks that are in the shape of Michael Jackson or Madonna or.
I mean, I hope so. It
Prince.
better be something along those lines.
All right. Would you pay $100,000 for socks that were molded to the same size feet as, say, Queen Elizabeth?
No.
No, I need these socks to like be able to make me time travel or turn invisible, something cool.
Oh,
you
okay.
have to up the incentives here.
Well,
They're molded to any individual's specific foot size. I wouldn't pay any amount of money for that.
well then, Nick, they don't want your business anyway.
That's fine.
Why would you be okay with that?
Because I'm not giving any business to that kind of vendor. So it's irrelevant to me whether that vendor wants my business.
So you would
or
say
not.
that even if it was, say, one of your own family members and they were on their last dime and they needed this money to avoid having to go and live in a semi truck, that you wouldn't buy the socks?
I'm not giving anybody $100,000 to get out of personal debt.
Well, wait a second. I don't think that this is personal debt. This is just the cost of inflation, Nick.
The cost? What? You want to explain that logic to me?
Yeah, like I'm just saying, Nick, that
Dystopian
you put a
future
little
stuff
bit too
going
much
on.
judgment on people who have more debts than you have.
Mm.
Okay. I if I'm
Wouldn't you
supposed to
agree,
like,
Rachel?
if I'm supposed to feel bad about something right now, I don't.
I mean, I know we need our backstory, but definitely Nick is somehow the bad guy, even though we don't have all the details.
That's fine.
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna be a
agree.
bad guy who has $100,000 more.
Yeah, but one less pair of $100,000 socks.
I don't care about the stocks.
So Nick, let me ask you this. So
All right.
this is a trivia question.
Oh, we're to trivia already.
And I will say that the winner of, oh, by the way, if for our live audience tonight, the winner will get a gift certificate for ice cream in honor of National Ice Cream Day.
Gift certificate for ice cream where?
Well, does it really matter, Nick? Are you that picky about the ice
You
cream?
can make an NFT for this ice cream.
Oh,
where
okay. I like
as soon
that.
as that person redeems the token, it burns the token off the blockchain and they get their free ice cream.
Okay.
Yes,
I think that's
how it works,
a
Nick.
good method. All right. Okay.
And if the person manages to do that, I'll throw in the pair of socks too.
The
Watch out,
$100,000 socks.
We're minting the next socks NFT.
Yes, and I think that we need to have a new sponsor for the show. So
I didn't realize we had one in the first place.
well, yeah, we need Unisocks to sponsor the show.
Even
So,
though we're
Nick,
trying to get in competition with that.
you know
Yeah.
how we get Unisocks to sponsor the show, we have to give them a little business. So that's why you should be buying the $100,000 socks.
If you
You don't
donate the money to
actually
me, I'll
have
buy them.
to redeem the stock. You can actually just hold on to the token as an investment and just sell the token to someone else at a high to flip the token for more money, which
That's
most
true.
people are doing.
But what about the socks? Who gets the socks?
Finally, the
Well-
person who was like, I'm tired of flipping my tokens. I just want to redeem the value. And
Oh.
somehow in their head, they're like, yes, these
No, you
cotton
know what
socks
else
are
is-
$100,000.
You know what else goes good with ice cream, Nick, is watermelon soju. So I have a bit of that here today
I
too.
think that depends on what kind of ice cream.
So, Nick, according to a 2019 Ice Cream Day survey by the National Today Data Science Team. See, this is very scientific, Nick.
Yeah, I can tell.
So, what was the most popular flavor of ice cream among people aged 45 and over?
When this is like in the last year. Well, what's the time frame?
So
again?
I cannot repeat the question, Nick. So I cannot repeat
All right.
it. We
All
don't
right,
have
let-
time for that. The listeners don't want to hear old content from 30 seconds ago. So now, Nick, what do you say? And I'm going to drink this cup of joy while I'm waiting for your response.
Maple walnut.
Oh, this is very good. That's not even close. It was chocolate.
Walnut.
It's
Who
boring.
would guess walnut? You're a nut for
Well, why
guessing
wouldn't
that.
you guess either vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry, which are the most basic flavors?
Because I feel
Um,
people of well, I guess 45 is not that old. So I don't know. I like maple walnut, but
hmm.
That means you're more like a grandpa on like walnut crack or something. I don't know.
walnut
Well,
crack.
actually, Grandpa's like butter pecan, but by
They
him
do.
saying,
I mean, I like butter
Yeah.
pecan too, but
yeah, but him saying maple walnut is being a little bit younger, more hipster about that same flavor preference.
I feel like those kinds of ice creams are probably going to make a comeback in a hipster type way at some point in the near future.
Very well.
Those like those like old school
So
vintage
I-
ice creams
Yeah.
that have gone out of style for like a couple decades. I feel like
like,
they're going to make a return.
no, Nick. I think that you are completely wrong because I would go for
Or
maybe
pistachio ice cream.
Mhm.
a maple bourbon pecan though, but if it doesn't
Maple
have alcohol
bourbon.
involved, then no, absolutely not.
Well, I suppose what you could do, John, is you could make like a beer float out of the ice cream. Like put a little scoop of ice cream into like a stout or a porter, like something dark and heavy.
I'm not so sure.
I would totally do that.
I'm not so sure, but all I know is that, since in honor of 17% of the people 45 plus answering chocolate, I'm going to give you negative 17,000 points.
Oh, okay. That's fairly modest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
All
can
right,
recover from
Rachel.
that.
So
Yeah, I agree.
this next question is for you. So
Ooh, okay.
what was the favorite ice cream flavor in the survey of people aged 35 through 44?
Okay.
Is it the same dates?
Yes, it was right. The same ice cream chocolate. You're absolutely right. So I'll give you in honor of the 19%
Oh,
at 19 million points.
People are so bland and boring with this. Come on.
Well, I don't think it's nice to call people bland and boring, Nick.
I don't
That's
care.
kind of offensive.
I
It's
don't
okay to
care.
like
Nice shirt,
it
Rachel.
vanilla, but chocolate's good.
It's just
Yeah, nice
so,
shirt,
it's
Rachel. I
So,
think
oh,
that-
look at that. Led
that-
Zepp shirt.
You know, like
I don't know. It just seems so.
This is
It's
outrageous.
like an
Nick.
easy default for people.
So now, oh no, we have a live chatter that, well, this is a cryptic message. So, well, I don't even know what to say about this. So I might not read it live on the air since I am not quite sure what to make of this. But Nick, here's your second question. So
I'll look up the
favorite
comment
ice
later.
cream flavor of the 25 to 34-year-old range?
25 to 34.
Yeah, see,
Chocolate
this is
chip
an
cookie
easy one.
dough.
No, nope, absolutely wrong. It was cookie dough.
Hmm.
So, yep. Why are you assuming that they would like it to be chocolate chip cookie dough?
Just because every time I see cookie dough ice cream, it has chocolate chips.
And it reminds you of people 25 to 34?
No, that's not my immediate
This makes
thought.
no sense. So, you know what? In
Well, it
honor of
does not.
the 17% that said cookie dough was their favorite ice cream, I'm giving you negative 17 billion points, Nick.
Oh, good. Now we're talking. Now we have some real numbers.
Yep. So I can't believe this, Nick.
Well, I suppose you have to believe it because it just happened.
Well, yes, but I was thinking that this close to the end of the year that you would be getting a little bit better at this.
No, I think that was a horrible assumption.
Well, you know what? That's okay.
I'm
Rachel,
all right with
Are
it.
you ready for your
No
next
problem with it.
question?
Yes, I'm ready.
So this one is, what is the favorite ice cream flavor of the 18 to 24-year-old range?
Okay. So, oh my gosh, it still has to be a super sweet flavor since
You're right. It is super sweet. Cookies and cream. Absolutely right. So in honor of the 18% that said cookies and cream, I'll give you, well, at 18 followed by 100 zeros.
awesome.
18. What does one call that number?
Well, Nick, what do you want to call it?
I have no idea. That
Because,
said 100 zeros
A
after
1
the
followed by 100 zeros is a Google. So at 18
So
followed
18
by 100
18
zero would be 18 Google.
18 Google. Oh, wow. Did you just coin that number right now?
No, it's a real number, Nick. And would you like to see a picture of it?
Actually, I do.
You would really like to see a picture
Yeah.
of a 1 followed by 100 zeros.
Yeah, I do want to.
Well, all right. Since you insist, I guess we have time to show this, except that it will cost you another. I'll deduct 5 Google points from you just
Google
for
points. Okay, all right,
interrupting
well,
the programming.
That's fine. Whatever. At this
All
point,
right,
it was really
so
counting.
let's see. So here it is. So there's 1 Google,
All
and
right.
then
Oh, Google will spell a little bit differently.
and then
All
if
right.
you want some other information about large numbers, oh my,
Oh, ginormous.
Well,
That was
a
actually a word used.
centillion, a 1 in 303 zeros.
Interesting.
Well, Nick, that is interesting, but you still have negative. Well, let's bump it up to 19 Google points.
19 Google point. Negative though, right?
Negative.
Okay.
Yep. So you're on a roll tonight, Nick. I never thought that anyone would get to this low of a point. But actually, you know what, Nick? I'm surprised you didn't get to this low before tonight.
Well, there's always a first time for anything, so you
Is
can look
it?
at it that way.
So you know what, Nick, you might be right, but I will say that it is never too late for a break.
Good. I need.
All right.
Are we done with trivia, or are we continuing after the break?
Well, no, you know what, Nick? After the break, we will give Rachel one more chance, followed by sudden death.
Oh, good.
All
That's
right.
perfect.
So come prepared,
good.
Nick, because you have one last chance.
Do I really?
What a time to be alive.
I suppose.
You know what this is all about, Nick?
So looks like pouring hot chocolate or something along those.
Oh yeah, did you know it's National Hot Cocoa Day?
No. I mean, I know now, but not prior.
You had a choice. Would you take the ice cream or would you take the hot cocoa?
What kind of ice cream?
Well, hot cocoa flavor ice cream.
It's actually really good. It's got marshmallows in it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what, Nick? You know what? By the time you actually respond, the ice cream would be melted. So you know what, Nick? I think you lost no matter what.
I'll take the regular hot chocolate because I would wait for the marshmallows to dissolve in the hot chocolate because I don't really like marshmallows all that much.
Oh my,
so
that's disgusting.
Mhm.
I really I can't believe this because I will say that one of my favorite things is to I like to go to the bulk food store and to get they sell the dehydrated marshmallows that go in the like Lucky Charms and things like that.
Oh, those are pretty good.
Yeah, by
That's
the bulk.
gross. Those
so
are
I
even-
just get a whole scoop of the marshmallows and just start eating them.
That's gross.
This is unbelievable.
John, do you ever worry that you eat too much processed food?
Well, no, because I have one of my daily bananas right here.
A banana's
So-
becoming a recurring character on the podcast.
It is.
And he had gingerbread cookies, and ginger is a root, and that's kind of like a vegetable. And that means he had like one serving of vegetables in the past week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, it includes sugar too, and that comes from sugar cane, and that's kind of a vegetable. So I suppose that counts.
Well,
And
and I will say that if
we
I
can all
got
have this
out
conversation when John is like dying of diabetes.
Yeah, I will say that if I got out the cucumber seltzer, there's like that should count for something since it has cucumber in it.
In your case, I will give you a little credit for that. I'll give you half a credit for that.
And I will say that although I did go out to lunch today, I went to Pita Way and I got a nice healthy rice bowl with grilled white meat chicken and some cucumbers, pickles, lettuce, like some fattoush dressing, and all mixed up with raisins and almonds, and it was delicious.
So
I
John,
love that.
it sounds like there was not a lot, but a fair amount of vegetable content in there. How did that get past your force field?
Well, I will say, Nick, that you have to. Well, I think the saying goes, "No pain, no gain," Nick.
Yes, that's correct. So what's the correlation here?
Well, I would say that the correlation is that you get another negative 3,800 points.
Oh, 3,800? That's not bad.
So Rachel,
That's Bush League.
here's another question for you.
Okay.
So for the 14 to 17-year-old age range,
Wow, we're really getting shrunken down in the windows. I mean, the first one was 45 to whatever. And then it was 35 to 44. And then it was 25 to 34. And then it was 18 to 24. And
That's how age brackets work.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
Yes,
different.
Nick, have you never heard of age brackets before?
Yeah, they're usually a little more evenly spaced, but I suppose with something like ice cream that is available to all ages, it does make
So,
sense
I will
at the
say,
bottom to shrink them
Nick,
down.
that one of the things I would say about the survey is that they probably couldn't survey anyone under the age of 12 or 13 for legal reasons.
Yeah, that's fair.
So then
So wait, this last one is what, 14 to what?
14 to 17.
Okay.
And then 18 to 24, which would probably be the college students or
Yeah.
a typical college students, and 25 to 34, which is
Young
probably
professionals.
the close
Ish.
to approaching midlife crisis people. Then you have 25 to 44. Those ones are, well, you know what? We're over halfway there. Halfway there. Yep. And then 45 plus.
Wow.
Who cares? Let me eat all the ice cream I want.
Except that that's the age category that should not be eating all the ice cream at
Oh
once.
gosh.
Well, I'm not going to judge Nick, because
Yeah.
when I'm 45 plus and I'm getting ready to go into a nursing home, I hope that my descendants will bring me ice cream like I did for my grandma when she was in a nursing home. I snuck her in ice cream from like one of those big chocolate shakes from Big Boy the last time I saw her in the nursing home.
So you
And-
are anticipating at 45, you will be
45.
living in a nursing home?
Well, no, I didn't say that. I said at 45 plus, Nick.
45 plus, got it.
Oh, okay. So sometime
Yeah.
beyond the age of 45. So that could be 46, it could be 92, it could be 84.
Or it could be
103.
182.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You know, with these $100,000 socks, I feel like $1 million. I'm gonna live like I'm $1 million.
Sure.
Probably in the post-apocalyptic world, when inflation has gone out of control, $100,000
it's
will
just
be
gonna
the
be
retail
a
price of socks, and that
rancid
token will be very
dystopia.
valuable. Yeah.
So, Rachel, what do you think is this favorite ice cream flavor of the 14 to 17-year-olds?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull from my experience as someone who used to be 14. I know the younger they are, the sweeter the ice cream, more chocolatey. So I'm gonna go Rocky Road.
Close enough. This was one of my favorite ice creams, and it still is. It's mint chocolate chip.
Wow, that's
I
a little
like mint
surprising.
chocolate chip. That's
That's
pretty
a little
sophisticated
surprising.
for 14 years old.
Well, you know, I know why it is.
Yeah.
So there is in Detroit, there's this place called the Detroit Shipping Company. Have you been there, Nick?
No, but I know what it is.
Yeah, so it's this shipping container food court essentially. And so one of the restaurants in there is like this Nitro 360 or something ice cream. And one time I got the mint chocolate chip ice cream, their worst mint chocolate chip ice cream of my entire life.
Really? It was that bad?
Yes, it absolutely was.
What was so horrible?
It was that they used real mint leaves in it. And so then I bit into a mint leaf. Well, I thought I was going to be having ice cream, a sweet treat. I bit into a mint leaf.
And I assume that a mint leaf is too reminiscent of a vegetable, thus you were not impressed.
I'm noticing that this is another theme of the show, is circling back to the anti-vegetable content.
So
I mean,
Rachel, I have a
how do you not?
question for you. So what do you know about ice cream NFTs?
Well, I mean, it's possible to create one, either any kind of artistic depiction of ice cream, a token to redeem ice cream later. So it can even be like a token where you promise that whoever redeems the token gets an ice cream party, whoever redeems the token gets a gallon of ice cream, whoever redeems the token has the like intellectual rights to that ice cream recipe. So possibilities are endless.
Oh, that's actually I like that idea. And I sort of went out on a limb and then just oh my, like went and looked for some ice cream NFTs, and on Twitter there's at crypto ice cream.
Okay, I'll look it
And
up.
so it says that no, I don't I really I don't really think that this is I really I I reading their description, I don't know what to say. But it says that they are digital ice creams. I guess I'm not sure that I am a big fan of this. No.
Are we
Yeah.
talking about trivia, or do we still have sudden death remaining?
Well, all right. It's time for sudden death.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, go for it.
I was sitting tight for it.
Were you really, Nick?
Yeah. Notice I'm still here.
I'm
I
not
didn't
so
leave.
sure, but I will say that my cup of joy is very nice tonight.
Good. I'm glad that
Oh, wait
it
a
is bringing
second.
you joy.
There is one thing that I forgot to do, and that is now. Oh no, the struggle is real because it's the
Yeah.
one thing I did not bring to the desk.
Oh boy.
But I
Oh,
can go,
boy.
hold on.
Oh, cool.
Did you see that, Nick? I turned
love
on
it.
the Christmas lights in the window.
Excellent.
One of these
Um,
episodes, you should give us a tour of your place.
So I
No,
will
you don't
say
want
that
that.
these particular Christmas lights on my window right here are very special to me because they're actually made out of like gun shells.
oh,
Oh,
the shotgun
okay.
shell
Yes.
lights.
But
Okay.
I will say the reason why they're important to me or have some special meaning, and the reason why I bought them is because they were made by a veteran-owned company, and I
Oh.
wanted to support the veterans.
It's a good story.
So
and repurposing old materials.
yes. So you know what? In honor of National Ice Cream Day and Christmas and National Hot Chocolate Day, I will say, Nick, that I don't think that you're going to do very well at sudden death today.
Oh, good. I'm glad out of all of that lead in, was the message.
Yep. But
Excellent.
all right, so here's how it's going to go.
Okay, I'm ready. Actually, I'm not ready, but go for it.
So we'll go one question at a time, and the person who is closest to the right answer will win sudden death.
So does everybody get an equal opportunity here?
Yes. So Nick, you get to go first.
All right.
So in what year was ice cream invented?
Good question. Okay, so it has to be a year in which people. I'm gonna guess it's a year. where there's some kind of refrigeration capability. Otherwise, the only way you'd be able to do it would be in a cold enough climate.
I will actually know the origin story, even though I don't know the year, but I'll still wait for Nick to make his guess.
1932.
All right, Rachel. So tell us the story.
Okay, well, I have an educated guess all of a sudden. And it's not a producer feeding me an answer, because that would make this podcast hokey, which is not. It's very genuine. But
What is this new?
my educated guess is 500 BC.
And that's correct.
So yay
Really,
for me.
Really?
But I did know the origin story of ice cream, because you know how some kids, like when they're like in second or third grade, they go through like their Egyptology phase where they get like really obsessed with like the different great civilizations, and you always like go through that phase where you're like really obsessed with Egypt.
At what age?
So, like either like
Yeah, like like
or
walk
9.
like an
Oh, okay.
Egyptian. Like isn't that how it goes, or is that like? Wait, no, that's the wrong move.
John, can you sing some Bangles for us, please?
I think that would
I
be a
love that song
violation
too.
of copyright, Nick. I don't think that we can do that.
I don't think you'd be singing it well enough that anyone cares.
Walk
love
like
a
an
couple of
Egyptian.
It's pretty good. I mean, I've seen the music video like at least like 20 times, like spot on.
Yeah.
So it's exactly as you guys said, where the origin of the very first ice cream had something to do with refrigeration. And so I remember from an Egyptology phase, I read some story about like one of the pharaohs wanted a special treat. And obviously, like being like the deep desert, like food preservation techniques, very important. And having like this giant block of ice is like a huge luxury. And so finally one of the like the chefs for the pharaoh shaved some ice and put some fruit on it. And
it's not ice cream. That's just
made it like a delicacy.
That's like sorbet, like half-ass sorbet. That's not ice cream.
No, this is true though, Nick. It's that ice cream started in 500 BC by.
But if it was using just shaved ice, well,
it was.
How did they get ice in 500?
Precursor to ice cream.
It's more of a like.
How did they get ice?
I don't even think it would be shaved ice because they probably didn't have the tools to do shaved ice back then, Nick. So it was
cutting tools back then.
Pyramids, they can do like an ice shaver, the same as like a wood planer.
Where did someone get ice though in Egypt?
No, it was more
500
like,
BC.
No. So remember, Nick, that because of climate change, like Egypt probably got a lot more snow than it does now.
Not in 500 BC.
Were you there, Nick?
I mean, I'm sure the ice age at some point impacted northern Africa.
Oh my! I don't know what
500
to say.
BC.
So are you invalidating all of the
BC.
ice age now? All right.
My what?
Yeah, that's what I did. You just invalidate the entire ice age?
Where are you getting that logic?
Well, okay, Nick, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Okay.
So, in what year now, since you legitimately believe that ice cream was a more modern invention, what year was the ice cream maker patented?
Ice cream maker.
Okay, so
1947.
Wait, what year?
1947.
Okay, Rachel, what is your guess?
Oh, I get a guess too? Oh, fudge. Well,
no, I'll say that Nick was about 100 years off.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so 1847.
Close enough. It was 1846.
Wow.
So,
all right.
So now,
When did refrigeration? Well, no, I guess at that
Well,
point you could have
you
transferred
can still
ice.
have ice without refrigeration, and there was like a whole. If you ever saw the movie Frozen, you would know. So there, go watch the movie Frozen.
Yeah, I get all my factual knowledge from animated movies.
Let it go. We're letting you go, Nick. All right, Nick. So you've been let go. Let it go. Let it go. See, I know some songs. And I do know that there was a whole, well, actually, I have been watching some TV lately, binge watching a certain show. And yeah, The Chase. Have you heard of that one, Rachel?
No.
So, Nick, have you heard of that one? So now, The Chase is a trivia show. And anyway, one of the questions was about the origin of the song Let It Snow. Or Let It Go, or Let It Snow, or Let It Fly, or Let It Glow, or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Or I don't watch anything with Disney, anything on it.
Well, I just, even as like a 32-year-old, I still enjoy a princess movie every once in a while.
You know who my least favorite princess of all time was? Anne Hathaway in The Princess Diaries.
Oh, those don't even count. Gosh, that franchise is like very whatever. So,
well, I mean, but you see why I would say that's one of my least favorite princesses, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like it just, she's not even believable.
She was playing it too straight almost. It wasn't believable. Yeah, there's so many things about that movie.
I agree. I agree with that. So, Nick, what do you have to say for yourself? Because all I know is that you're missing out, Nick, because did you know that
missing out on what?
Well, you know what? You're missing out on the National Day of the Horse celebration that we're having.
Oh, good. Hey, speaking of princesses, John, can you sing us some Little Mermaid by chance?
Well, what I will say, Nick, is that did you know that it's Pick a Pathologist Pal Day?
Pick a pathologist pal? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, what does it mean to you, Nick?
A pathologist
it
pal?
Sounds like you choose a pathologist to be your
become friends. Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know, I'm guessing. Yeah.
I mean, I know what a pal is. I know what a pathologist is. So I guess yeah. Seems the reason that combining them would just be what you explained.
I don't know what to say. It's
I can't say that I care, but
it's more of the day where people who are studying pathology pick a pal, like a
study buddy.
Yeah, essentially to go through all of their pathology training with.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
That's very specific.
All right.
Well, I consider myself a pathologist sometimes because at any time I feel even a little bad, I go on WebMD and I Google all my symptoms and I assume I have at least 3 of the top worst conditions. So
well, what I will say.
And then when you read up and realize you don't have Ebola, it's like, oh, all right.
Ebola? What are you using? Some new scare tactics, Nick?
Just trying to make sure everyone's staying healthy and safe out there.
So,
John, I'm trying to monitor your diet and make it a little more balanced.
So, what would you say, Rachel, about NFTs for pathology?
Well, if a pathologist wanted to make an NFT, he can token one free sample diagnosis as a, it's on me. Wow. As soon as someone redeems this token, I will analyze one sample. Or he could also tokenize like maybe a special sequence or algorithm that he created for any of his pathology sample analyses or slide yeah, like a slide analysis of like, oh, here's like a cross section of a tumor, and here are my notes, and I'll tokenize it, and people can buy it.
Hey, John, if there was an NFT for you, would that make you a token Asian?
So what I will say, Nick, is that
Blatantly ignores it.
the NFT, there's actually a like another acronym for NFT related to pathology.
Okay.
It's the neurofibrillary. I can't say it because I'm not a pathologist.
I can tell. I mean, I knew prior.
I mean, don't worry. I'd suggest you.
You're not.
Do continue.
That's
like I'm not
idea.
claiming to be a pathologist. So anyway, just remember, Nick, that NFTs are everywhere.
All right, I will not forget that.
Yeah. And we all are token Asians, but we just don't exist on the blockchain. So
not yet.
You know, Nick, that today is National Violin Day.
No, can you play something for us?
Well, I sure can, but it won't be the violin.
What can you play?
Well, I can say that
John, I think you should learn how to play ukulele. I feel that would be something your style.
Well, okay, let me go get mine, Nick.
This is not going to go well.
I think for my listener prize, I do want a live performance of a song.
Does the quality of it matter at all?
All right. So I wouldn't normally do this, but this little guy is going to bring the show some well-needed holiday cheer since Nick has been such a Grinch.
That is so accurate because the Grinch. So
of course, this is how it would go. John playing a singing plush toy.
Alright. I'm rocking with that. Thank you so much, John.
You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as to me and Grandpa, we believe.
Wow. Wow, John, incredible.
Yep, wasn't that incredible, Nick?
John, can you do a little Christmas song performance for us?
Well, you know what my new favorite Christmas hit of all time has become?
No, but please let us know.
It's the holiday remix of Butter by BTS.
Oh, I didn't know that existed.
Good for them for getting them on holiday market. Make that money, BTS.
Yeah. I would say that's something that I.
So how do they make it more holiday themed?
Well, I don't think that we can give all of those secrets away on the show, Nick.
Oh, all right. Proprietary material. I see.
Yes.
Watching.
Exactly, Nick. Okay. Like you wouldn't want to take the money away from BTS, but I bet if you bought a $100,000 pair of socks from them, that they might tell you.
Honestly, if they were for BTS, it'd probably be at least like 300,000, or maybe even like half.
That's true.
Yeah, well, it goes along with the same theme that I'm not spending 6 figures on socks.
Well, then spend 7 figures on socks.
You're spending it on the token, which is just a value holder, and you're just hoping there's some sucker out there who's willing to redeem that value so that you can flip it.
That's true. That's true, but I'm going to take my chances that there's not, and that I have better uses for my time and resources.
Well, Nick, did you know today is Green Monday?
No, what does that mean though?
Well, do you know what Green Monday is, Rachel?
Nope.
No. Is it something environmental?
Well, I think that it's the exact opposite of environmental, since it's about the Monday before, like the second Monday of December is always Green Monday because it is the day that people are most likely to get in their last minute Christmas shopping.
Oh, interesting.
And so
Wow.
the
Yeah.
green, I guess, would
Really?
refer to all of the trees that were chopped down to make the money. And so I guess that would be the least environmentally friendly holiday of
Yeah.
the year, probably.
You know, I'm actually Team Grinch. Like, if you guys remember the movie, I don't know, like the last time it is you saw it. I'm
Wait,
Team Grinch.
the original or like the Jim Carrey?
Well, the moose was into this.
Well, the original for me, but the
Okay,
Jim
all right,
Carrey's
all right. No. The Jim Carrey, get that
Well,
trash out.
yeah.
Of here.
I will say that I was a little bit disappointed because I was at Meyer the other day and I really wanted to get a snow globe since I usually get a new snow globe every year to add to my snow globe collection.
I love
And
that.
so the one I really want to get one that's Scrooge.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's
Oh,
Scrooge?
that's nice.
Like Scrooge is the figurine inside.
Yeah, like bah humbug.
Yeah, that's one of your that's one of your catchphrases, so that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was a little disappointed because they had one that was Yoda and the other one was the Grinch. Now, what happened to Scrooge?
Well, John, maybe you should have. Maybe the reason they had only those two is because they knew Green Monday was coming up, and both of those characters are green, so that just lends into that.
I don't think that's how it works, Nick. I really don't. I think that
Okay.
you have let down the audience with your lack of knowledge about all December holidays because
Well-
you didn't know about Hanukkah.
What can I
Did
say?
Harry Hanukkah bring you anything, Nick?
No,
It's probably because you weren't being a very good boy.
that's probably right.
Try
Yeah.
again next
And
year.
now
mean,
you
that
didn't know about
makes
Green
sense.
Monday.
Okay. I mean, I am I supposed to feel shameful about this stuff? Because I don't.
Well, I'm not so sure I would say shameful, but I would say that the entire team at Funniest Part of My Name is very disappointed in you.
Oh,
The
well,
whole team. You're gonna get production notes about this later, probably.
that's fine.
Yep. Yep.
I'll-
That's okay.
I'll cash in some of my negative points to get myself out of that trouble.
Not sure that's how currency works, but yeah.
Oh, that's what you think.
But let me check my everyday's a holiday calendar. So now I know this is next year's calendar, but I can still look up December 13th on here. And well, it does acknowledge that it's Violin Day. And tomorrow is
Oh.
Monkey Day. And then Wednesday is Lemon Cupcake Day.
Ooh, I'm all about that.
Me
And
too.
Thursday is Day of Reconciliation.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And well, you know what, Nick? I don't think that anyone cares because no one will be reconciling with you. So,
It's fine.
and then
Only in contention. That's the only
Nobody owes me.
holiday.
Nobody's indebted to me, so that's fine.
on Friday we have Wright Brothers Day.
Oh,
And
so should we go
on-
take a plane trip then?
Yep.
Better risk-
And on Saturday we have Baked Cookies Day.
Okay,
I can do that.
sounds a
Yeah.
little redundant, but okay.
Why would you say that?
Just because the majority of cookies are baked.
I don't know. I think it's true that you're not prepared again.
Well, there is such thing as non-baked cookies, but the majority of cookie varieties are baked.
Okay, so I would like to argue that's not true.
Okay.
So I would like to present you a list of now. Are you gonna tell the tasteofhome.com that they're wrong with their list of 32 no bake cookies that would keep you cool and your sweet tooth satisfied?
I don't understand how this is proving the point.
Well, okay. Would you like to tell the reciperebel.com that their 25 no-bake cookies recipes are no good because you say that, like there's not a lot of cookies that don't require baking?
I just said that the majority of cookies are baked.
I beg to differ, Nick. What is a
Okay.
cookie? What is a cookie?
I suppose I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
love
you
that
admit that you're not prepared,
yeah.
Nick. You don't even know what a cookie is.
We're gonna get very existential on this podcast now. We're gonna make
Yeah.
sure he doubts what a cookie is for the rest of his life.
I've been doubting the entirety of it so far, so why stop now?
But maybe Nick, you were thinking about the wrong type of cookie, like, and you were thinking about those cookies like on the internet.
What?
So
Well, those aren't baked. You're right. The internet cookies, they're not baked.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So Nick, like I think that
Okay, that's a
that
fair
the more
argument.
and more I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a trend that there's so many non-baked internet cookies that probably outnumber all of the baked cookies that you're talking about.
All right.
This is explaining a lot because I noticed Nick really loves getting into semantic arguments, and he got it from you. That's where he got it from. I don't know.
That's a
maybe
good point.
you guys are friends because of it, but
That's a good
Maybe
point.
maybe that's true. But did you know that there's a website about well how
the show?
to create a cookie law?
Meaning internet tracking cookies?
Well, Nick, I'm not going to tell you until
No.
next week, Nick.
It's all right. I can wait.
Right?
All
Can you
right.
really?
Mhm.
So, Nick,
Yeah.
it is almost time for your final joke of the week.
Oh, good.
can't wait.
But first, we have to declare the winner of trivia. Rachel, you won.
What a shocker.
Oh man, is there a special like commemoration? Because I'm a repeat winner. How
Well,
many
yes.
repeat winners have you had?
Yes, there is. And you will get it in the form of, oh, you know what? I have something extra special to commemorate this moment.
Oh boy.
Don't you like that there's a whole entertainment empire just built around dunking you weekly?
Mhm.
Yep, you can have this
Yeah.
the special commemorative pin here that says 100 years of engineering at the University of Detroit Mercy.
Oh, good.
That is applicable. I cannot wait.
Yep.
Good.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone for this high honor. I would like to thank my parents, and I would like to thank the United States. Thank you, everybody. I couldn't have done it without you.
Wow.
See-
That is
see,
like
Nick,
the
at
best
least-
awards.
At least Rachel knows how to thank
Speech
her
ever.
supporters, unlike you.
And every single listener of this podcast.
I don't have any supporters, John. Nobody supports me.
Well, Nick,
You need to learn to be self-validating. You don't need the listeners on your side.
Why would anyone support such a downer like you who won't
A
even
Grinch, a
buy
modern day
$100,000 socks to keep someone off the street?
I suppose you're right.
This is disappointing, Nick.
Yeah. Well, what can I say?
But Nick, it's time for your final joke of the week.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
make sure it's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, John, how come teddy bears never eat anything?
Well, Nick. Well, Rachel, do you have a guess?
Because they're inanimate objects. I don't know.
Not quite.
Okay.
Well, I would say because, well, Nick, I have no idea. I couldn't come up with anything worse than what you're going to tell us anyway. So
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I would put that in the snow globe. I would NFT that. And that was actually
What
horrible.
the quote? Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Bet on a coin and means it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep, this is unbelievable, Nick.
Mhm.
Don't worry, the original's still better.
You can't beat the original.
So, Nick,
The
what
sequel is a sequel for a reason.
is that the why the bears don't eat?
Oh, why teddy bears never eat? It's because they're stuffed.
I don't think that's very funny, Nick. I would say that
What else is new?
when I think of stuffed, I think of like stuffed like manicotti or like stuffed like like stuffed shells, not
Or
stuffed
like stuffed cabbage rolls.
right, and not
Ooh,
stuffed
that sounds
good.
bears.
Well,
I think that you just lost the entire audience here because
the
I
show's
don't think
over, so that's fine.
anyone was thinking that teddy bears were stuffed.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably ruined someone's week.
Yep, you ruined
That's
their
fine.
whole week, Nick. But
Well-
I will bring great joy to our audience with this closing sequence of holiday lights for everyone to enjoy.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
The time to be alive.
Oh, nice.
I like Christmas.
Thank you for watching Funny is Part of Your Name. Don't forget to visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com. We'll see you back here next Monday at 10 p.m. for an all-new episode.
See you guys next Monday.
What a time to be alive.